The Strange Findings Podcast.
Vegetarians, that's not a thing. Everybody likes meat. It's not a thing, Ernie. Just because they say it doesn't make it true.
The Strange Findings Podcast.
It's not a thing. Nobody doesn't like meat. Stop it.
Welcome to the Strange Findings Podcast. It's been a long time since we rock and rolled, and I'm right back here again with my old pal, the doctor, Ray McGuff.
Hey!
Yeah, I guess did I say my name? I'm Frank. Everybody knows that. I'm Frank. Did I don't even know if I said it. Regardless, I'm burnt out, man. My kids just went to sleep, so I'm on the cusp of like freedom. So it's unusual to.
It's exciting to have kids, huh?
Well, it saps you of everything you have. You know how like you can tell an adult person to do something, and like most of the time, if they'll like communicate with you like a reasonable human.
Yeah.
That shit don't fucking apply for kids, man. Like it doesn't matter. None of it matters. It doesn't matter what you have available to you to provide them, or what. It doesn't matter. None of it matters, man. Nothing matters.
I think that's a good, valuable lesson for all of our listeners. Frank says nothing matters.
Well, it's kind of like this, like going into a podcast right after having 3 kids, like up and awake and fighting with each other and yelling and shit, and then to come into this casual area, this comfortable, safe space, I'd like to say, is really, it's jarring almost, because just not 20 minutes ago, there was screaming happening, there was unreasonable demands, there was this and that and the other thing, and now I can just talk to you about weird news, and it's like I'm in my safe space, you know.
It sounds much like when soldiers were coming back from Vietnam stateside.
It is like anybody that has kids, like more than one, because I see so many people that have one child, and they're like, how does anybody get anything done? Listen, have 3, man. You don't have any. Fuck your life. Fuck your life. Right. You don't have nothing. But you know, it's like the equivalent of somebody blows up a bomb. You know, like, you know, and you're just getting your hearing back, and everything's coming back into focus. It's just it's intense sometimes. So all you parents out there that are listening, I'm there with you. We're on the same team. I sympathize. See, I don't have it. I don't have, my speaking isn't even together. When you come from like yelling, the cusp of yelling into this, it's a big difference. But I'm glad to be back. What's been going on?
I had a birthday.
I can say yes. That's the whole news of the day. Still getting presents rolling in and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
I got all kinds of presents. I'm 27, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think my next birthday I'm going to be 21.
Yeah.
Huh?
I used to hate people that said that, Frank. Like when I was in my 20s and somebody would be like clearly in their 30s or 40s, and they'd say, "How old are you?" 25. You know, and you're like, okay, what a douche.
Yeah.
I'm that douche now. I'm like, I don't want to be close to 40. Who fucking wants to be close to 40? That's stupid.
Yeah. It does. There is a new perspective on life when you hit like when 30, because I'm only 35 right now.
Yeah.
But that's, I'm at the beginning of midlife, hopefully. Hopefully, because it could be the beginning of my golden age. You know, who knows how long.
I feel like this is the beginning of the end for me. Like I've hit the halfway point, and it's just like what I have looked forward to now is 401k retirement and being fed through a tube.
It's funny to me because sometimes I get so excited for things that are so sad. Like, not having to go to the store is one of when my wife goes to the store instead of me, I'm ready to blow up balloons. That's some shit that, like, really, to, like, you know.
Can I tell you one of mine?
Yeah, sure.
when this is another old, because I get what you're saying. As you get older, the things you get excited about are not the same things you got excited about as you were younger. Like, to me, it's when people cancel plans with me. Like,
oh yeah, that's a good one.
I always want to do something, and I go, yes, absolutely. And then as the day rolls around, I'm like, fuck, why did I agree to do this? And then if I get that magic text that's like, listen, pal, I'm gonna have to reschedule. I'm like, yes. And then Steve and I text like, oh man, I was really looking forward to it too. That's cool. Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, you know, because you know that once you get to the thing, it'll be fine.
Right.
It's usually just the going to and coming from, you know, like if you could just instantly transport and then instantly transport back and be, you know, no time difference there. No problem. I would go plenty of places for short, brief amounts of time, but it's just when someone asks me if I want to go to their event thing or whatever, you know, that's the thing for me, because we do a lot of events, you know, so it's like most of the time I'm not going to go to another event other than ours because we do a lot of them.
Right, we do a lot.
It's not like I don't know. It's just hard for me to carve the time out to do anything. God, man, we really wasted a lot of time back in the days when we had the freedom to. Well, you still got the freedom. I don't have it.
Yeah, like I've got a lot of freedom, and I still waste a lot of time. I'm just saying that I like when people cancel on me because it gives me more time to waste.
Right. Yeah. But it's been a while since we did a real Strange Findings traditional format show, so we're going to do that this time. 3 topics from each of us. For first-time listeners, we each pick 3 weird news topics, and we kind of just run through them like it's the nightly news, and you know, then we bullshit at the end. So let's kick it off like we always do with Ray's Findings. Ray's Findings.
All right, Frank, first up. This just in. British Columbia, Canada. You familiar with that? British Columbia, Canada, Frank?
Oh, you know it.
They call it the Great White North because they're racists. Here's the headline. Foot mystery. That's right, the headline was foot mystery. In December of 2018, on the the shore line of British Columbia, a foot was found. And this is the weird thing about this, Frank. This is the 13th foot, 1 foot, okay, it's just 1 foot, but this is the 13th single foot that has washed ashore in the last decade in this area. This foot washed ashore still in a shoe with a leg bone sticking out of it. Had a white sock attached into a nice Velcro shoe. That was a black Nike, some sort of sports trainer shoe with Velcro laces.
Wow. Was there a photo? Was there a photo of this foot?
There was, and it was very disturbing.
Okay, I won't look that up, but I might look it up.
Yeah. The leg bone finder is a gentleman named Mike Johns, 56 years of age. When he found it, he says, "This is still a mystery. No one knows where these feet have come from. They never show up in pairs." Now, here's my thing, Frank. There's some things that could have happened, right? I'm not smart enough to figure out what the natural course of this would be. So my imagination immediately goes to, there's a guy that lives in the woods.
Of course, yeah. That's right where I went too.
He has like 10 people, or 13 at this point. And he has cut 1 foot off of each of them, and each year thrown it into the bay. And in the next decade, we will have another foot pop up. And then maybe a leg or a head. It just seems like we've got some sort of weird kiss the girl serial killer out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, did any of the couple questions? Did any of the feet? None of the feet matched each other.
None of them matched. Not one out of the 13.
Now, is there? Now, I assume there's something that happens when feet are in water for a long period of time, where like there's no blood left in these.
Yeah,
they can't like DNA test them for.
Well, I don't know if they can DNA test them or not. I mean, there's tissue attached, so I would have to assume that that's something that they probably are doing. They're probably not releasing that information at the moment. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're talking about. I saw pictures. We're talking about. This isn't like just like feet. These are people's feet in shoes. They all were wearing shoes and socks.
Wow, that's crazy. All I can imagine is that there's some maniac. I mean, throw it. You know what? Here's what it is. They've chopped the body up, right? They're just killing people. There's more body parts. They just keep finding feet. Maybe when he bags them up, he doesn't bag them up quite right, but he does it the same way every time.
Yeah.
One of the feet just keep getting loose. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a crazy mystery.
That's nuts. Yeah, I don't know what to think of that, man. I can't imagine finding any body part.
Right.
So,
like, I've been to many, 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 many beaches and coastlines in my life, and I always look for dinosaur fossils or seashells or money or bottles, with messages in it. If I found a foot, I would just pass out. I know me. I would just look at it and go, oh, there's a foot. Blech. Done.
Yeah, I mean, I think, this is one thing with me. Nothing would have a chance, like, to get me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a murder or whatever. Because I'd be gone already, I'd be fucking out of there. And I remember fucking just being outside at nighttime and then, like, getting that weird uneasy feeling that something's gonna chase after me all of a sudden. Just fucking bolting for it, man. So I'm just saying, there wouldn't be no chance for this foot murderer to kill me, right? Because I'm out of there as soon as I see the foot. Most people would look around. Oh, is there any other feet around here?
Where's the rest of his body? I don't give a fuck either. I'm that's enough. Yeah.
But anyways, on to your next topic.
Okay, Fox News and CNN report. They are making a report. I don't know if you keep up with the news, Frank, but Fox News is usually completely opposite news of CNN.
Yeah.
They never have the same story in the same light, except for this story that I'm about to tell you. So CNN and Fox News report a story together that's titled, Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor. They had a fling in the 70s.
What?
I'm about to tell you. So, apparently, in the 1970s, fueled by cocaine and Quaaludes, Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando, that's right, the two people that you think, I'm not talking about Marlon Brando, the street sweeper. I'm talking about Marlon Brando, famous actor, and Richard Pryor, famous comedian, apparently had a sex-fueled 70s Quaalude, cocaine, greased-up sex night. And when they reported it, Fox News reported it first, obviously, because they love to embarrass celebrities. But CNN followed up the report with actually talking to the widow of Richard Pryor and confirming the story. Richard Pryor's widow confirmed the story and says the following. Hey, it was the 70s. You do drugs, you fuck people. You could fuck a radiator for all you cared if you were on enough drugs, and you'd still buy it flowers in the morning.
That's crazy, man.
Now, I looked into this a little deeper because I had never heard this fucking rumor before, and it blew my mind. Apparently, both Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor in their respective circles were known to be bisexual. I had no idea.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Wow.
Yeah, I was just like, I went, huh? Nah, that's not right.
That's some shit.
But, and I'm sure there'll be people that deny it, that were, like, family and friends, but this widow lady, she knew Richard Pryor pretty well. And Marlon Brando's friends were even quoted as saying, oh, yeah, that dude, he banged it, whoever. He didn't care. And even, I guess even in his biography, which I've never read, he even has admitted in his biography as much that if he was on drugs and he was out, if he was feeling like I'm fucking somebody tonight, he'd fuck whoever would let him. So
wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
You just blew my mind. I can't even comment on this. I don't even know.
I want to run by. So they're at a club, right? and Brando's being Brando. You know, he's telling some old Hollywood jokes and stories, and Richard Pryor's chiming in every now and then, taking a drink and doing a quaalude. Yeah, man, that's fucked up. I would have punched that bitch. Yeah, let's go do some cocaine. You ever did some cocaine? Oh, I do cocaine all the time. I do cocaine all the time. Oh, let's go do it. And they get in the bathroom and they're in a little stall, and he's like, man, you got pretty eyes. You know that? Got some pretty ass eyes. Oh, well, thank you. I find you to be also a very handsome man. You're doing very well for yourself. Let's do cocaine together. All right, let's do the cocaine. And they do cocaine. And then he starts touching his arm. He's like, what is that? What is that, a velvet jacket you got? Is it velvet? Yeah, I happen to wear a lot of velvet. I like velvet. Have you got velvet boxers on here? Take a look. Oh, that's nice. What you got in there, a python? Let's do some cocaine off that dick. Oh, I've never done cocaine off my dick before. I don't think I can reach it. I'll do it.
That's a real motherfucking dick,
yeah.
bitch.
I mean,
give me that dick.
That's kind of how I imagine it going down. Now, I could be wrong, fake news, and all that, but...
Come on, Marlon, give me that dick. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Marlon. Marlon, you fuck my ass, Marlon.
While I'm doing this, quote streetcar named Desire, yell Stella.
God. Wow. Oh, man. We got to get on to your next topic. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh. You fucking blew my mind up. My mind just blew up. My universe expanded around me. New things are possible.
All right, here's my final one, Frank. This just in. This just came in. Hot off the presses. Hear that? It's presses. North Korea. North Korea's leader, Burrito Supreme Kim Jong-un, or Supreme Leader. I don't know if he puts burrito before it, but I think it sounds cooler. So, Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un, he has a sister. Apparently, he has tasked her with meeting with delegates from the United States and South Korea to discuss the Olympics. You know, coming up tomorrow starts the Olympics to discuss
what?
Winter Olympics.
Man, I'm way out of the loop, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, so apparently I looked her up because I didn't even know this dude had a sister. Motherfucker's got family that he murders, and I didn't even know he had a sister, you know, so I looked her up. Her name is Kim Yo Jong, and guess what, Frank? She's super fucking hot. I mean, really hot. I mean, so hot that when I saw that, I went, damn, I'm going to have to call myself Hard Damn Dong. Huh?
What's her name again? I'll pull it up.
Her name is Kim Yo Jong. Kim Yo Y-O Jong. Jon. Jong. I'm sorry, Jong. But apparently she is meeting with the top brass of the United States and South Korea to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch for her brother for this for the Olympics. Now, what you're like, oh well, this isn't as weird as and I was like, here's what makes this weird. There's a couple of things. First off, this is the guy that just 3 weeks ago said he wanted to blow us off the face of the earth, and he's sending his hot kid sister over to talk to some of our delegates about sporting events. I mean, that is to me, that's the epitome of a strange finding. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
you know, like,
dude. So
we're gonna take time out of our war of words to ski down mountains. You know?
Just looking at these the pictures, man. She looks like this one picture. She looks smoking hot.
Yeah,
and then this other one, she looks like she's 10. So it's like...
I don't think she was photographed a lot. The one I saw was in the newspaper. And
she had a hat on?
Yeah, she had a hat on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a picture of her with him. I don't know from what year. Oh, 2015. Where she looks like she's like 14 years old, and he looks like he's real happy that he's going to get a sandwich. I mean, what is with the fucking hairdo he's got, man? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know,
wacky.
Man. It's like it's like a weird flat top.
It's like some shit you'd see in a Kid and Play movie or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Yeah, well, our world is completely fucked, man. Like, doing this show, like, it used to be when we first started doing this show, it was like, we would pull these stories and there'd be like a dude fucking a pool raft or whatever. And at this point, you know, a couple years in here, and when the reality of, like, you don't even have to look for weird news because it comes to you, like, our presidential situation, everything to do with what he is and everything that he says and does, is crazier than anything we've ever talked about, I think.
Yeah. It's hard to do a Strange Findings podcast when your president is stranger than any of the other shit that you can think of. I'm with you, man. The motherfucker wants to do a military parade. I don't know. That's crazy.
He needs a parade after that hair incident. That was that's crazy.
I watched that video like 10 times.
I've never seen balding like that. It's like he looks like fucking Angelica Houston from the movie Witches. You know, when she turns into the witch.
Yeah.
And she's got like just hair sprigs in certain places. And
I mean, I gotta think that he has the thickest front part of hair you've ever conceived. And then he just swirls it around in this weird fucking comb over thing. It's like that Jimmy Kimmel was poking fun at him, and then he actually showed the video to real hair barbers, like real, I'm talking like top of the line hairstylists, and they're like, I've never seen anything like this before. And then the one dude said something that I thought was hilarious, because he's right. He's like, look, man, all this can be fixed is if that motherfucker gets pomade. He just needs to get a couple cases of pomade and just slick that to the skin, and then that wind ain't blowing nothing.
Well, it's true though.
Yeah, I know. I used to use pomade all the time.
Anyways, on to my topics here. I don't think I can compete with yours. You went on an astronomical level, and I've got some little fun stories. Frank's findings. Have you wondered what the guy who played Barney the dinosaur has been up to lately?
Yeah, I mean, not really, because I just thought he probably killed himself. But let's hear about it.
Well, what would you say if I told you he's now a tantric sex healer?
I would say that would be option B. He's either dead or a tantric sex healer.
Yeah. Evidently, the actor that played Barney the dinosaur in the 90s from the 90s to the early 2000s is portrayed in a new article talking about his latest occupation, tantric massage therapist. His name is David Joyner. He charges female clients, who he calls them goddesses, $350 for 3 to 4 hours of ritual bath, chakra balancing, and massage that can lead to mind-blowing orgasms. Nice. That's from a Vice article. Apparently, the article was an anticlimax for Joyner. He truly wishes more people would try to see the spiritual side of Tantra and not think about all the sex. The 54-year-old Joyner, who has had his practice since 2004, said he used his Tantra training to maintain his energy in the 70-pound Barney costume during long days of shooting. So he's saying that while he was encountering kids, he's engaging in Tantra activity. Now, I don't understand everything about chakras and all these things, there's crystals and whatever, but I was always kind of under the impression that it was completely bullshit. Now, I have no evidence that it's completely bullshit, but I'm just going to have to go with my gut feeling here. Now, I don't own one of these Himalayan salt lamps or whatever they are. So I don't know about whether those work or not, or if you can buy a rock and it heals your family. But I think it's all just bullshit. This made me feel real weird though, thinking about someone paying $350 for Barney.
Do you remember the Barney song? It kind of makes sense now. I love you, you love me.
Yeah.
We're
a tantric family.
We're a tantric family. Hold that comment, don't let it go.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh, you're holding it. You're holding it in. Okay. I get it. I didn't know what you were doing there. I thought you were talking about I just pictured some woman holding cum in her hand. And you're like, don't you drop that, bitch. Don't put that. Anyways, on to my next topic. Did you hear that Charles Barkley said that there was no such thing as a vegetarian?
No.
Yeah, he said that on an NBA broadcast. He said, they got him up there running his mouth at the NBA games now on TNT. He said, there's no such thing as a vegetarian. Nobody doesn't like meat, is what he said. And the other commentator who was with him said, prime form tonight. And then he just continued to say, it's not a thing. Nobody doesn't like meat. Evidently, it got to an absurd place as they discussed San Antonio Spurs player LaMarcus Aldridge, and Barkley went off on a tangent. So I assume that what happened is this other guy's like, well, what about LaMarcus Aldridge? And he's like, what do you mean about it? Well, he's a vegetarian. And then he's just like, he's not a vegetarian. I got to look for audio so I can put it. Hopefully I can drop some in right here.
He's a terrific player, but he's one of those guys. He makes me nervous. I don't like people who don't get mad, Ernie. I don't trust people. Like vegetarians, that's not a thing. Everybody likes meat.
If not, I'd like to hear what you think that maybe it would sound like a Charles Barkley anti-vegetarian rant. Can you do a Charles Barkley impression?
I could try. So Charles Barkley ranting. Nobody eat meat. Don't nobody not like meat at all. I know that I like it, and I know that everybody else does. ain't no vegetarians.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Let me give it a try. I just want to give it a try just for right, shits and giggles. Yeah, ain't nobody like people don't talk about they don't like meat. Everybody like meat. Hey Eddie, you like meat?
I love meat.
Nobody ever. Fucking vegetarian. I gotta find it, man. I gotta find it. I gotta hear it. I have to fucking hear him say it. Shit. Maybe I can find it here. Maybe let's see if I can just pull it up, and maybe I can play it. And maybe you can hear it. I got to see if this is. I didn't look this up. I should have researched it.
You had days, Frank.
It was on Huffington Post. Oh, here we go. It's 35 seconds long. Oh, fucking commercial, of course. Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
A terrific player, but he's one of those guys. He makes me nervous. I don't like people who don't get mad, Ernie. I don't trust people. Like vegetarians, that's not a thing. Everybody likes meat, but I don't like people. It's not a thing, Ernie. Just like
can you hear that?
So, LaMarcus to me has to be aggressive. Vegetarians, they are the big three. You think you're actually vegetarians? There's no such thing as a vegetarian. Nobody doesn't like meat, Ernie.
Wow.
He is something sort of special.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, that's a real thing, guys. Hey, guys. Charles Barkley, wow. Fucking dropped my notes and shit. We're really breaking down a lot of walls tonight.
I think so.
Anyways, my last one here is really just, it's kind of stupid, but I thought it was funny. Did you see Donald Trump Jr.'s Valentine Day gift suggestions?
I did not, but I can only imagine they're just horrible.
Well, what he did was he posted on Twitter a picture of, this is the picture. It's a stuffed bear. I'm sure you've seen the Trumpy bears.
Yeah.
It's like this is a new one, a new model, I guess. It's got a Donald Trump robe on, and it's sitting on top of a toy airplane that says Trump on the side of it. And it said, for when flowers just aren't enough, or whatever. And it was funny because he probably was trying to be like a cute, funny guy or whatever. But a lot of people on Twitter were just telling him that would be grounds for divorce. And this lady here said, I would be highly upset to receive this for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not the day to buy a stuffed bear dressed in a Trump robe sitting on a plane. Now how is a bear on a plane romantic? Don't buy this unless you are buying your special person a plane.
People are fucking idiots, man.
I know. I just read that and I was like, why did I copy and paste that? Because that made me feel stupid reading it.
Yeah.
This other lady says, a teddy bear in a bathrobe, spread eagle on a toy airplane with your father's name on it. Jesus Christ, just no. Roses are fine, thanks. Likely both made in China. Yep, that's true. Oh, but when's the last time? Do you remember all those Obama merch tables you'd see around?
Oh yeah, he was just selling. It was like copies of the Declaration of Independence with his name on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he had those dictionaries he was selling that were like the Obama dictionaries. Those were cool. That was awesome. Yeah. It's just crazy that our president has merch. First of all, and then also what his merch is, because that Trumpy Bear commercial looks like something you would have seen on a Sunday afternoon after a Family Feud marathon.
Yeah.
At your grandma's house or something. Like,
the guy is the biggest snake oil salesman I've ever seen in my life, ever. Like, he is the reason that I hate capitalism now.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a fun game to play. Since the last actual Strange Findings episode that we did, can we list off all the things that he's done that are just batshit crazy? Because I remember the one thing that blew me away was when he was outraged that babies were being taken from their mothers at 9 months old or whatever. Like that's when they come out.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the abortion thing, yeah. So he's wrong on that, obviously. I mean, here's something that he did recently. He has literally said that he would rather have a government shutdown where the entire government shuts down, grinds to a halt, than to work with people on just these. I don't know if you're familiar with these people. They keep calling them the Dreamers. Okay, they're part of this program called DACA, DACA. And it was conceived as a thing about 8 to 10 years ago to legitimize some people who were already illegal here and make them productive members of society. And here they are, productive members of society. The program worked, and we're still debating on whether or not we're going to let them fucking stay here. They've never been to their home countries. These are kids that were born in America. Now, their parents were illegals, okay? But they are now born here, or maybe they were children when they first arrived, something like that. But this is all they've ever known. And we're going to tell them what, at the end of next week, that they've got to fucking go to a country they've never been to just because some paperwork isn't getting done? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a thing that I just can't, and I can't believe that people are behind it. Like, they're
man,
we got to stop this illegal immigration. Like, there's Mexicans running through my yard right now every fucking 10 minutes. Like, we're being under attack by people. What planet do these motherfuckers live on? I've been to Hardin County. Hey, fuckers that are pissed off about it, that are listening, I rarely see a Mexican over there, and when I do, they're working harder than you do.
That's true. Yeah. Man, we live in this is what we have to do to fix our world. We have to find the river of ooze that's somewhere underneath our crust here. Because it's affecting us Ghostbusters 2 like. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, Ray. It's been a long day, but I want to thank everybody for listening. And hopefully we'll get these rolling out a little quicker or something. I don't know. It's been a while. So we'll try to do them more often. I don't know. A lot of things, man. A lot of things. Any last words, Ray?
Sorry that Frank said my bad. Because I know we're going to get hate mail, so might as well preempt it. You know what?
Yeah.
He was trying to make a point, and he used the word in that tone to prove a point.
This is the problem, Randy.
Yeah.
Stop explaining things to people.
Yeah.
They know what happened. They know what happened.
He's very sorry. Anyways, and as his publicist and best friend, I can tell you that he hates everyone equally.
We got to wrap this up. Ray's running out of time. I got to get to my anyways, that's a joke, guys. That's what we do. We'll see you next time.
No, you stupid motherfuckers. This is a ZTOTV podcast.